My name's Jerry Paul and I wrote the song Hank the Wrestling Shark, and today we're going to be telling you a little bit about how it became a book and how I met Tom Armstrong and how we came up with the wacky illustrations.
I got no arms and I spend all my days working on a worm farm. I got no legs, I got no arms and I spend all my days working on the worm farm.
I wrote the song about 2 years ago. I started in Australia and I was on tour there with the band Grada, and we've been out body surfing in Bondi Beach, and I've always got the ideas of, in the back of my mind, sharks being out there and lurking in the shadows, and it doesn't stop me swimming, but I'm always a little bit nervous about it. Sometimes I kind of think, what would I actually do if a shark came along and tried to have a go at me? So naturally you'll tickle it. So I wrote the song, and then I was recording it in Dublin with Trevor Hutchinson, who's the wonderful bass player and producer. Got some drums down and some cartoonish sounds, and then just as we were finishing recording, I got an email that mentions a load of different songwriting competitions, etc. And there was one called the John Lennon Songwriting Contest. And the song wasn't even mixed or finished recording, but I threw it in and entered it, and it ended up winning the grand prize. So that was a real surprise.
Music in my head went. It was Hank the Wrestling Shark.
When I played the song to a few people, they said it'd make a great children's book. So at this stage I thought, well, how do you go about doing that? You firstly need an illustrator. So what I did is I put up on my Facebook, does anyone know any good illustrators who would be into doing a children's book? And about 20 different people contacted me from around the world, and Tom's was the last to come in actually, and immediately they were just pencil sketches, but I thought it completely captured the humour of what the song was about.
He rows of teeth, his eyes are like stone, his skin was like leather, he had a nose like a traffic cone, his dorsal fin was as sharp as a knife, and I thought I'd reached the end of my very short life.
From there, Tom was actually just moving to Melbourne, so most of the work and the back and forth was all done through Skype and email, literally thousands of emails. We went through a process where we trying to decide on the characters. So what Tom did was drew up like 4 different Hanks and 4 different little Jerrys. How we came to decide the shark, it was quite funny. A lot of the parents said, oh no, this shark is too scary, and they preferred the more humorous and kind of funny shark. But then when we showed it to the kids, they liked the scariest one. Also we showed it to a load of intermediate kids, and they said no, that's too scary for the young kids, but the young kids liked the scariest one, so it was quite interesting that.
As strong as a horse. For the sneaky shark I need to think outside the box, and an idea came how to beat this swimming ox.
I was just really curious about Tom's process and where he got his ideas, because like the expressions on Hank throughout the book is wonderful, you know, and it's like a real human element to it, very caricatured. And I said to Tom, where do you get your inspiration for all these different like faces and that? And he goes, I spend quite a bit of time pulling faces in the mirror. And I thought I was the only person who did that. I can amuse myself for hours doing that, so that was immediately, I was like, oh yeah, got the right guy for this.
Right from his belly, and the more that Hank laughed, the more he turned to jelly. He rolled around in circles, but I held on real tight, and soon I began to think that...
So thanks a million to everyone who's supported the project and bought the book, and if you haven't already, check it out. You'll love the illustrations, and the song will drive you bananas. And yeah, just become friends with Hank, because he's actually quite a nice shark.
It was Hank the Wrestling Shark. It was Hank the Wrestling Shark.